Hi Aanchal, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Welcome to Pragati Vichar Literature Festival, and we are so happy to have you on board today. So today we have gathered here for its one of its kind 24-hour author marathon that is a part of PVLF. So today we have Aanchal Arora with us. She is pursuing PhD in English, and she's an author of the book and Efflorescence, and it's her first debut book. It's a poetry book which talk about love, breakup, self-love, and healing. So hi Aanchal. So tell us something about yourself. Who is the real Aanchal Arora?
Hello, good morning, everyone. So, first of all, I congratulate the Pragati team for holding this event. This side Aanchal Arora, as Josna has tell you, the author of the book The Efflorescence. So basically, the real me is just the one, a reader and a writer. I love to read and write. That's why I have been a literature student and pursuing my PhD in the same field. So this is a little about me, ma'am.
Welcome. So, where did you get this inspiration to write this poetry book?
So basically, I wanted to. The journey started with the fictional work, but I got a lot of confused between the characters, and you can say I don't have a right guidance. So
Okay.
that's why later I started scribbling in the form of like nano tales, micro tales. Later one day it happened I have to give a tribute to someone.
Okay.
So I tried to give it in the form of a poetry. So that was the first poetry I wrote. And then I tried to write like nano tales become into a poetry. And latterly, I was not aware that there is a thing like a poetry book can be published.
Okay.
So I just writing out my feelings, venting out my feelings, and latterly it came into the form of a book.
Wow, amazing. Congratulations, Achal.
Thank you, ma'am.
So basically, is there any specific reason or interesting story behind the writing efflorescence?
There is nothing like as I told you, there is a thing I write just to vent out my feelings, the things I observe around me, the things I feel, the things that I have experienced or imagined. So that is the thing I was writing. And you can say there is a childhood dreams. We very childishly say we want to do this, we want to do this. I just said I want to be an author. So when I got to know like I'm writing poetry, I'm performing that, but later I got to know, yes, I can publish a poetry book. Like in a childish way, I published it. But later it became my passion, dream to become like, to go into this field. You can say a childish dream completely become a dream now, working on it. So this is the reason I published the Efflorescence, but now I'm working hard on it.
Wow. So how many poems are there in your poetry book?
Like, I am a very short poetry writer. As you have seen Nazwa Ziban, Rupi Kaur, I'm following that trend only. So, being very short poems are in the book. So, it is around 190 to 200 poems in the book.
Okay. So would you like to share any excerpt from your poetry book?
So, the book is not with me, but I remember a few lines like, I wanted to construct a place where art blooms and artists get recognized. Something like that I have written. For the places we have seen the art is going back these days, we are not preferring art, but this is the only thing that recognize us. This is the thing that is making us the true us. So that's why I have written for that.
Wow. So we often hear that people became poets after the only heartbreak. So what would you say about this?
This is not the truth. Like if I talk about a writing, if you are normally, if these days we have started with the trend of writing a journal or writing a diary, it's not we are writing out of a heartbreak. It's just like we became like very lonely these days or something. There are many reasons. Some write diary in the happiness, some write in the sadness, some just write to express themselves, like introvert we say. They are the diaries and the journals are the best friend. So this is the different reasons. I don't think heartbreak is only the reason that people are becoming poets. If you will see many books are there of the poetry, they are not in heartbreak. They are on very new topics that is prevailing in the society. So if you are going to any of the open mic or the platforms where the things are being shared. So they are basically on the social issues these days. I don't believe that heartbreak is the only reason you are becoming a poet. Because if we are living in a society where I guess a little thing has been done on, or little focus has been done on the extracurricular activities, we are having a creative writing courses and all that. And we
Okay.
are seeing people are following their passion. So I will say no, heartbreak is not only the reason.
So you just went out whatever you were feeling in your like
Yes,
just paper, right?
he's right.
Yeah. Okay. So what is the ratio of imagination and reality in your writing, and how much should it be in general?
So the thing is, when you are like I was an introvert, you can say ambivert person. So
Okay.
when you are ambivert, you are just observing the things because you don't meet people much. So the observation, I will say, imagination is 80%, and the things I experience is around 20%. But I think whenever you are experiencing something and writing that in the words are
Okay.
very easy to write. I think whatever you have experienced, you don't have to put much pressure on the brain to imagine the things. But have you observed the thing? It's become easy to write. So I believe the ratio should be 50-50 or 70-30, because whenever we are writing, we are not totally writing what we observe or what we experience. We try to hide some things. We try to like don't disclose those things. So the ratio of like never it be whatever I am experiencing, it cannot be 100% that the same thing I'm writing.
Okay. Okay. So as a poet or as a writer, what is the quality that every writer should have to write anything, whether it's a poetry, whether it's a novel, or whether it's a anything?
Like one thing has happened, like you're writing just for the sake of writing. There is a one thing, if I take an example, not of a writing, if I'm doing any other job, if my interest is not there, I'm not going to give her my 100%. So I feel if you're writing something, there should be 100%. That 100% of mine should be in that interest, that passion. So I feel 100% of my interest should be in of any writer of even mine or in any job. We should contribute our we should give our 100% in that thing.
So the session topic is the blooming to become complete, the essence of poetry.
Yes.
According to you, what essence should we include in our poetry to make it, more enchanting or, engross?
So the thing, what the feelings are the basic thing I feel, because the words can be easy or difficult, but if there is no feeling, we cannot connect. Like if we are writing something and if we cannot connect the readers or the audience, I think there is no use of writing that. So I feel feeling is the most important thing. Whatever we are writing should include in that.
Okay, okay. So you talk a lot about positivity and how to deal with negativity and all on your social media platforms, right? So is there any such possibility in the near future that you write a book on these topics?
Like I'm planning to write because the world we are living today, we are taking that body shaming, slim shaming, fat shaming, and many other things. Like we are commenting on others, like judging others has become like a trend these days. But
Okay.
when it comes to focusing on ourselves, we are zero at that. So that is the thing, the basic negativity and positivity. I'm talking only on this perspective. So I feel yes, in coming future, I'm going to take this topic or this theme in one of the like book or
Okay.
one of the part of any book.
So your poetry book is divided into four sections, right? So
Right.
yeah, how long did it take you to complete your poetry book?
The written part took around 1 year and the editing took another 6 months. So it was like a long process of 1 and 6 months. 1 year and 6 months, it is the long procedure like that.
Okay, okay. Okay, so do you have any favorite topic or what topics do you would like to write in the future?
The next book that I am writing, I have covered many social issues. Like we have seen, the society is just fixed with the trends that this work is to be done by women. This is not by men. Men cannot cry. We are ignoring the transgenders. Like So these kind of issues, mental health, and many things I have taken into the another book. Basically, the evils prevailing in the society being the theme of my book, and I'm working like if we work on this path, the earth will become in heaven. So
Okay.
this is the basic theme I'm considering to take in that book.
Okay. So you will going to write some social issues in your.
You're right.
Okay, okay. So, what are the advantages and disadvantages of writing on social media? And you are adult who is, sharing our thoughts to young generation to the social media. So, what should keep in someone's mind if they're writing on social media?
The social media, if we say social media is a thing, you can spread the love and you can spread the hatred. Rumors can even we say the real thing is spread less sometimes, and the rumors are spread earlier. So one must should take care, like whatever the content has been shared on the media can have any impact on anybody. So we must be careful. We must first of all, I feel we must share the truth on the social media. It's not like just to post something, we are posting anything. It should not be like, because the 2 years being like, when I guess again we are coming in the lockdown period. So
Okay,
the lockdown is just like the thing which affect them people mentally a lot. So I feel the people where they are dealing with their negativity, toxicity, and dealing with their mental health, and we are posting anything, maybe hurt anybody at any moment. So we must be very careful these days posting on the social media. That must encourage others. I feel so.
okay, okay. Fine. So, as you just said, it's your first and it's your debut book. So, as a debut author, you must have gone through, with the publishing struggles, right? So, how was your experience back then when you were, publishing your book?
So if I talk about publishing, like when it comes to poetry, there are rare traditional publishers. Like you will very rarely get one or two traditional publishers. They're
Okay.
not ready to accept the poetry because it is said, even if you will talk to anybody, they will say change your genre. Poetry is not the genre of India. People don't read poetry in India. But
Okay.
when I go to the open mics and the three, I see the people there. So it is that we are not, we are seeing the generations, they are reading poetry. When Rupi Kaur is read here, Nazwa Ziban is read here, then why we say there is no poetry market in India? So there was a cross on the traditional publisher from the first day. Then it comes to the self-publishing part.
Right.
Then didn't take a much because I was mentally prepared that I have to do like self-publishing. So I have to find any publisher that
Right.
is trustworthy, and that's it. And the book will be in my hand. So I find, yes, I have talked to many self-publishers and then came into like, this is in my budget, this is the thing I need, and they're doing fine. So I went with the literature slide at last.
So whoever said this that poetry is not in a genre of India, but they are wrong actually. People still, like to hear about poetry and they just like want to vent out their feelings. Yeah. And Aanchal Arora, thank you so much. I have a lovely session with you. Got to know about your journey as a poet, as what you just have written in your book, and I'm hoping that people will, influenced by you and start writing, whether it's a poetry or whether it's a nanotate. So thank you so much, Pooja, for coming here today and sharing your thoughts and sharing your writing experience with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.